think the blog world is the new thing. Yes and no. I find that the blogs are a great way to find out about new music for people who have the intention to do so. The problem with the blogs is that they are nowhere near the critical mass that it's not the same kind of critical mass as getting a radio play. It's not the same kind of critical mass as Funkmaster Flex or Red Alert or whomever playing a record during drive time. It's just not quite the same, and the blogs are not quite the same as print magazines. But I think that as the internet grows, and the internet is still young, there are some blogs that are going to really grow and take root and amass a larger following and credibility, and others that'll fall away. So I know that we're in a time of flux and chaos, and I can't predict what the future will be for the hip-hop business. But I do know that what's important to remember is the spirit of hip-hop is fundamentally one that says, if you're going to lock us out of the traditional modes of communication and distribution, we're going to just go create our own. And you're going to have to come after us. The party's going to be over here. The party's not over there. And that happened in hip-hop time and time again. And I hope it happens with the new properties that are being developed on the web. And, the example that I give all the time is Fonte from Little Brother, his group, Foreign Exchange. Not a hip-hop group per se, but a hip-hop influence group. And they went ahead and they distributed their own record largely through the viral means and ended up getting a Grammy nomination. So there are different ways to do this thing, and I just hope folks find hope in that. I mean, you have a really good point. I too think that Wendy Day's deals were really, really important, not just financially, but in a spiritual sense. That what Wendy Day enabled hip-hop entrepreneurs to do, what she did was she confirmed their self-worth. Like, you don't have to undersell yourself. You don't have to beg a label for a deal. Just do you, and people will come to you. And that's exactly what happened with E40, with Master P, with Cash Money. But I guess the reason that I would put sort of the larger monetary deals ahead of it is that, for that reason, it was just so much more money involved. And also, I think the book, one of the larger narratives of the book is how hip-hop really became not just mainstream, but also really almost a contender in corporate America. And I think that those prices, that we sort of list at the end of the book, 135 million for Priority, 135 million for the last 40% of Def Jam, 140 million for Fat Farm, 216 million for Rockaware, and finally 4.1 billion for Glacé, which was the company that brought you Vitamin Water. That those deals were just so enormous and so symbolic of the power, the kind of power that hip hop could attain, and what hip hop could sit next to. That I couldn't necessarily. It just seemed right to me to put those ahead.